Hey, what's up everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to the vlog. So first meal and I'm going to talk about what I'm training today. I'm going to talk a little bit about my training program, my new training program that I'm going to be using. But first I'm going to be eating 400 grams of zero fat yogurt. Today's vlog is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be very long. I'm not going to show you every meal. It's not going to be a full day of eating vlog. It's going to be a little bit different, but every week I'll make sure that I upload at least one full day of eating vlog, and the full day of eating vlogs, they're going to be longer compared to the shorter vlogs where I'm not going to be showing every meal. It doesn't make sense. It's going to be the same. I eat mostly the same foods. I don't eat a lot of different foods, so that's why it just doesn't make sense to show you every meal every time I upload, unless I upload one vlog a week. But I'm going to try to upload more vlogs from now on, so whatever. So today I'm training arms and abs. I'm going to go through a lower volume phase for some time. I think that going through both higher volume phases and lower volume phases is very important for first injury prevention, because when you do high volume, when you use high volumes all the time year round, that's sooner or later that's going to lead to overuse injuries. Imagine just training with very high volumes for every muscle. You're going to burn out, and that's going to lead to injuries too. So first, the injuries because of the very high volume, and that's because of the very high volumes. It's not because you're training hard, because a lot of people get injured even when they leave reps in reserve. It's just way too much volume all the time without giving your body some rest. I used to believe that I need to be training with very high volumes all the time to make gains. That's just not true. If you train very hard, meaning you don't leave reps in reserve, you leave exactly 0 reps in reserve, that makes sure that you don't need to do as much volume. Compared to even leaving 1 rep in reserve, you probably have to do way more sets to get the same amount of muscle growth. For example, you leave person A leaves 1 rep in reserve, and person B leaves 0 reps in reserve. If both people do the same amount of sets, let's say 5 or 10, the person that left 0 reps in reserve, that person is going to make more gains, more muscle growth. Obviously that's going to be kind of hard, and to be honest, you just don't have to do as much volume. And do you really want to do more to get the same amount of muscle growth, and you have to spend more time in the gym? Obviously, if you enjoy that, it's fine, but you can just do something else. You can train another muscle group, or you can do something else, maybe to maybe some cardio to burn some extra calories. But whatever, from now on every set I'm going to make sure that I'm not leaving any reps in reserve, that I'm training very hard all the time. So let me talk about my training today. I'm training arms. It's going to be a lower volume arm workout. I'm going to do around 5 to 8 sets, it depends. When I start losing reps, too much reps, or just I don't want to train anymore. If I do at least 5 sets, I'm going to be happy. Obviously, I'm probably going to do only one exercise today, but in a perfect, let's say, perfect arm day is going to include more than one exercise for the biceps and the triceps, but the biceps, it's a very simple muscle, only has one main function, it's elbow flexion, and to be honest, every curl looks the same. Obviously some curl variations, they offer a stretch like preacher curls and incline curls, but today is just going to be a lower volume arm workout, and I'm probably going to train arms in a few days again. So, and this time on my next workout I'm going to do more volume, more exercise, so different exercises. I probably do the standard dumbbell curl, the standing standard dumbbell curl, probably 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and then I'll probably do 2 to 3 sets of incline curls with dumbbells again. I don't have an incline bench, but I'll be creative and I'll probably finish with some hammer curls. That's still a great exercise for the biceps, but works more forearms, and I'm stronger on hammer curls. I can handle more, I can do more, and it's always a great idea to just train the muscles from different angles. But again, even if you do, let's say, 5 sets of only one exercise, if you don't leave reps in reserve, that's going to stimulate a lot of muscle growth. Obviously, if you're going to only, it depends on how much total volume you're going to do in a day, but I'm a fan of just doing more volume in a training session and just training less frequently, and I'm talking about muscle groups, training each muscle group less frequently. I don't like spreading the volume over the week too much, because that's going to lead to tendon overuse. Obviously sometimes it makes sense, but it's all about hard sets. If 5 hard sets is all you can handle right now, obviously that's going to stimulate a lot of muscle growth, your biceps, whatever. The muscles, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to give the biceps for example. If that's all you can handle, 5 hard sets, when your biceps starts growing, suddenly you'll be able to do more sets, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you'll be able to do more reps at weight, and obviously that's very important to keep growing. It's not about progressive overload, it's about training hard, taking every set very close to failure, even to failure, just to make sure that you're training very hard. Obviously I'm not a fan of training to failure on every exercise. I'm not a fan of training to failure on the bench press. You can do that on pull-ups, rows, the upright row, just curls, triceps, any triceps exercise, well, not every. There is one triceps exercise that I'm just not a very big fan of. Is the barbell extension like this. And just for some reason it hurts my elbows, and I don't get that even with heavier weights on just any overhead extension. I just don't get it. I don't know why, so why would I do an exercise that's going to hurt me? It just doesn't make sense. So I'm just not going to do this exercise. I don't need the pain, I don't need the injuries. So, no thanks. So 5 sets, 5 hard sets. You're going to grow a lot. Obviously, let's say that you want to prioritize arms, and 5 hard sets for each, for the biceps, and 5 hard sets for the triceps, so you can handle right now in a training, in a workout, in a day, whatever. And let's say that you rest a few days. I mean, you can train something else. So you're not training, you give your arms a few off days, rest days, and then you train them again. Again, you do 5 hard sets for the biceps and the triceps. Obviously you're growing, but it takes time. Muscle growth is a very slow process. Even if you gain weight. So on week 2 you might be able to do 1 extra set. Obviously, if you think about it, that's 10 high quality sets, 10 hard sets. That's going to give you a lot of arm growth. So don't think that 10 sets is low volume. It's not. A lot of people are making great gains on less volume than that. They're just pushing each set very hard, leaving no reps in reserve, making sure that they're really training hard. And before I used to be kind of lazy, leaving way too many reps in reserve for some reason, but I recently started training harder, so I'm not leaving reps in reserve anymore. It's just that when you don't leave any reps in reserve, that set is 100% high quality. It's going to stimulate maximum gains that you can get from a single set. So obviously with each next set you get less and less, but you're still growing up to a point where you start losing way too many reps. You're probably not recruiting the muscle fibers that have the most potential for size, for growth. So it just doesn't make any sense to train. So that's why I'm not really big fan of very high volume body part splits. Obviously I like body part splits, because you can really focus on each muscle group every day and I think that they're great. Obviously you have to do more volume in a single session, but that's fine because your body part splits, they're very easy on your tendons. So now I'm going to eat an apple, a very big apple. Let me show you. Just look at the size of this apple. So yeah, today I might do less total sets, but the weekly volume is going to be high, and just because I'm pushing each set to the max, that's going to ensure that I'm growing. And all of people that are being lazy in the gym, they don't lose reps, and when I train I lose reps after a few hard sets, so I'm just making sure that the muscle fibers are fatigued. So I have to spend less time training and get the same amount of muscle growth that I'll probably have to do twice the volume to get the same amount of muscle growth that I can get in 5 or 6 sets. Probably have to do twice the volume, double the volume to get the same gains. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I can do one extra rep to make sure that I'm not leaving any reps in reserve. And imagine that if you're leaving more reps in reserve, you probably have to do way more volume. So that's very important to push each set very hard to the limit. And I'm not saying that you need to do things like drop sets, rest pause. You don't have to do that. You don't have to cheat. You don't need to do 4 steps. Very small negatives, you don't have to do that. Just lift fast, control the negative, and make sure that you're just not being lazy, leaving reps in reserve. Unless you're doing that for a reason. And if you think that you're going to get more muscle growth out of that by leaving more reps in reserve and doing more volume, you're not growing more. You can just try to do more volume, do the same amount of volume, but taking each set to failure instead. So that's what I'm doing now. Obviously, my goal is to grow each muscle evenly. I want to maximally develop each muscle, but like everyone, I'm going to prioritize certain muscles. Obviously it's the arms and abs. Muscles that I used to neglect a lot in the past, but I was very lazy in the past. It's just I didn't train at all. You can see my physique update videos from 2023. This one I didn't really live that much and I didn't eat very good, so you can just see the difference you can compare my 2023 physique to right now, to my current physique. What's different? I'm training harder. I'm just training and I'm eating more protein, healthier foods. Obviously I like junk, but trying to control myself, limit the junk food. And just going to be training very hard from now on. That's a very big apple. And to be honest, I want to be more consistent with my vlogs. I want to upload at least 2 to 3 vlogs a week, up to 4 to 5 maybe. But I really want to upload more videos. Just everything vlogs and informative vlogs. So today arms and abs, 4 abs. Again, I'm not going to do 10 sets, I don't have to. I won't be able to do 10 high quality sets on probably my last few sets. I'm going to start losing too many reps. I'm just not stimulating any growth. But I'm going to do the weighted sit-up. The way I'm going to do this exercise to make sure that I'm working the abs is that at the bottom of the movement, right before I stand up, I'm going to pause for some time, like 1 second, just to make sure that I'm not using any momentum from bouncing off the bench, from the decline bench for the abs. That's going to make sure that my abs are doing the work, and that's going to make sure that I'm going to stimulate muscle growth in my abs. And I'm going to do the same, I'm going to do the same for my triceps exercises and biceps exercises, because on certain exercises you can use momentum, like the bench press. You can bounce the barbell off your chest, you're just not working harder. But you can do more reps, but why? What's the point? Obviously, on triceps extensions, my favorite extension variation is the dumbbell overhead extensions with both arms seated. You can do that standing too, but I'm a bigger fan of the seated version. It just feels better. And what I'm going to do is, that's my starting position. I'm going to lower the dumbbells behind my head, and I'm not just going to do that. I'm going to pause for 1 second, get that nice stretch the triceps, and then push, extend the elbows. That's going to make the exercise harder. I won't be able to do as many reps, but I'm going to get more growth. And obviously, maybe using momentum I might consider this exercise. I might consider this as a different exercise. But you're going to get a very nice stretch, and you can do another tricep exercise with an incline on an incline bench. This, like, you be in that position like this, and here's where you're going to lower the dumbbells. You're just going to hold. You're going to hold the dumbbells, get that stretch. Make the exercise harder, make the triceps do more work, make them work harder. And just a great exercise. To be honest, I'm not going to do preacher curls. I'm just not a fan. I mean, if I'm going to do a bunch of volume for my arms, can't really afford to use risky exercises. And like I said, I'm going to prioritize my arms, so I'm going to do more volume for my arms. Probably going to have 2 arm days a week, and obviously I'm going to talk more about my training after I finish with my workout. Obviously, I'm just going to discuss my training, just everything, and the volume is, you don't really know how much volume you can handle, like you don't really know what's the perfect amount of volume for every muscle. Obviously, if you want to focus more on certain muscles, you can just do 20 sets for every muscle and expect to grow very fast. Obviously, some muscles, they will just have to grow a little bit slowly. But that's normal. If you want to grow everything evenly, then you probably have to do the same amount of volume and just train them once or twice a week. And obviously we have different genetics, so I might have great arms, and I might have walking chest, for example, but you might get a great chest just by doing less volume on the bench press compared to me. It's just different genetics, and it's not all about training. We can 10 different people, they can do the same training program. They're going to look different. Some, they're going to have great arms but weak legs, weak chests and back. Some people, they're going to have great chests, great legs, so great shoulders, whatever. It's all different for everyone. Okay, so now it's time for training, and I'm going to talk to you after my workout. Okay, let's lift some weights now. The down training arms, so like I said, I'm going to start with my biceps first. Dumbbell curls. I'm using 15 kilograms in each dumbbell, so I'm going for 10-12 reps. On my first set I'm stronger, so I can do more. 13 reps. Don't forget to push very hard on each set. That's very important for stimulating muscle growth. Okay, second set now. And now third set, again dumbbell curls. As you can see, I'm controlling the negative of the movement, the eccentric. Reps. Set number 4. Let's keep training hard. Set number 5 now. Let's start the next set. already starting to lose some reps. And now it's time for triceps. I'm going to be doing seated dumbbell overhead extensions. I will start with 15 kilograms and it depends on how it feels. After my second set, I might increase the weight a little bit up to 17.5 kilograms to be in that 10 to 12 rep range. So let's start training. I would say this is one of the best triceps exercises. So just look at the way I perform the movement. It's a very long range of motion for the triceps. Okay, so I decided to increase the weight because I was able to do like 19 reps, so it was kind of easy. So increase the weight to 17.5 kilograms. As you can see, I'm stronger on triceps compared to biceps. But that's because I used to do a lot of volume on the close grip bench press, and I just skipped biceps work. A huge mistake. But I'm finally training the right way. Okay, let's see how many reps I can get. 12 reps. For some reason my left triceps is stronger compared to my right triceps. I don't know why. I guess it's just genetics, or maybe I don't know, to be honest, but I don't really care. Okay, let's keep lifting. Every set has to be very hard to stimulate maximum muscle growth. If you want to be lazy, then that's why you're not making any progress. I used to be lazy and I wasn't making any gains. I was getting smaller, so okay, let's keep lifting. Again, I'm going for 10-11 reps. My muscles are already fatigued, so that's a good thing. It's going to stimulate a lot of muscle growth. My right triceps, I can't really handle more, so I'm probably going to do another exercise. And now it's time to train some abs. I'll be doing weighted sit-ups, and I'm going to use the easy bar. Let me show you. Instead of holding a plate behind my head, I'll be holding the easy bar. It's much more comfortable, that's why. So let's start. I'm all about hard sets. Second set now. As you can see, I'm not using any momentum, so that's why it's way harder. When you pause for a second at the bottom of the movement, it's a lot harder compared to just bouncing off the bench using momentum. Third set now. Let's keep pushing hard. It's all about hard training, leaving no reps in reserve. Obviously with good form for range of motion. So always Oh, that was hard. But I'll keep training. Probably do 2 more sets. Welcome back everyone. Just finished with my training and let's talk about my training a little bit. Obviously after I finish with my training I'm not hungry. So I'm not going to show you a meal. I might eat an apple, drink some of that. It's a juice. Cherry juice I believe. Whatever. So today was more volume arm workout. I only did one exercise for both the biceps and the triceps, but I'm happy with my workout today. It wasn't that low. The volume wasn't that low, but next time I'm going to do more. On dumbbell curls I was using 15 kilograms. I was able to do around 10-11 reps, and on rep 12 was I wasn't able to complete the rep 12, or it just didn't look that good. I mean, I can tell when I reach failure, but I'm just happy. Obviously I was able to do more reps a few weeks ago, but now I just have to regain my muscle. The past few weeks I wasn't eating that much, I wasn't training that much, but now I'm starting to lift weights again, and I'm starting to eat more again. So obviously I'm going to regain my strength and my muscle, and I'm going to start growing again. On biceps, I can't really tell if my right or the left, they seem balanced to me. But my right triceps is weaker. I can do less reps on my right side on extension, so when I reach failure with my right arm, I just stop the set. That's going to even things out, but I mean, my left arm can handle more volume and it has the potential for more muscle growth, but obviously you can't really balance things out all the time. I mean, I can get some extra gains for my left side, and I want that, to be honest, but I want to be balanced too, but I don't know why my right side is weaker on triceps. Just genetics, I guess, but if I want to make sure that I'm going everything fully, probably have to do some extra reps with my left side only. And to be honest, I'm not very sure about that. I mean, everyone wants to be balanced, but I care about maximum development. I mean, it's not going to be that huge of a difference no matter which path I decide to go. Just stop my set when I reach failure with my right side, or just keep doing reps with my left side after my right triceps reaches failure. It's not going to make a huge difference, I believe, so I'm not going to overthink that. So that was my arm workout. I'm happy on my triceps, on extensions. I was able to use 17.5 kilograms because the 15 kilograms was kind of light for me, and it seems like on lower reps I'm stronger compared to doing higher reps per set. I don't know why, but I'm not sure if that's bro science, but I feel like lower reps they cause more real muscle growth, and it's the higher reps they cause more pump growth. It's not real growth, but that's just my... I'm not sure about that, I can't prove that, so it's just bro science from me. But I think that I can I can just do both 4 rep sets in a workout, and then do some higher rep sets in the same workout, and treat both rep ranges as different exercises. And I think that might contribute to the muscle growth. I don't know. I mean, the pump it doesn't last too much. Just lasts for a few hours after I'm done training. So why care about that? I'm all about real muscle. I don't need to look pumped for 1-2 hours after my training. So, but still, just because I'm weaker on high rep work, that might mean something, that I can get some extra gains, maybe, but I can't prove that again. So on abs, again, I only did one exercise, the weighted sit-ups, and I used to just hold plates behind my head, but can't really hold 2 plates together or 3 plates, just too hard. So, and I don't really have very heavy plates. I only have up to 15 kilograms in plates. I'll probably have to invest in some plates, but they're kind of expensive. So I'll probably, I mean, I can buy 20 kilogram plates, 25 kilogram plates. That's 45 pounds or 55 pounds. 45 pounds is around 20 kilograms. 55 pounds is 25 kilograms. Okay, let's eat an apple. I'm going to talk more. I mean, I like apples a lot. So, I only did one exercise, and that's the only exercise I can go heavy on. I mean, I can do sit-ups on the floor, but the range of motion is going to be reduced. It's going to be shorter range of motion, and to be honest, training muscles through a longer range of motion is better for muscle growth. So that's my training. Let's talk about nutrition a little bit. Let's talk about calories, meals, foods, whatever. Right now, I don't really track calories that much. As you can see, I'm not going to track my calories from the apples. I'm just going to eat all clean, healthy, whole foods all the time. And for some time, I'm not really going to focus too much on counting calories. I'm not going to overthink that too much, because obviously I'm going to count my protein. I'm going to make sure that I'm getting enough protein. Obviously I want to lose some body fat. As you can see, I'm not that lean, but at the same time I want to grow. But if I long term I can lose some body fat right now, get leaner, and then just focus on clean bulking without gaining any fat, and I know how to do that. And long term that might be better. Or I mean, just imagine that I don't lose the body fat right now, I keep bulking and I don't get any body fat. Yeah, I'm going to look great, but in the first scenario I'm going to look way better with the lower body fat percentage. And to be honest, for myself personally, I don't really gain weight very easily, because I just don't tolerate that much. I recently gained some weight. I gained like, I believe, 5 pounds. I gained around 5 pounds, 7 pounds, something like that. And to be honest, I'm not sure how much time it took me to gain that weight, but my strength went up on every exercise, especially on arms, and my arm size, it went up. I was able to get to 16 inches sculpt without a pump, and I'm somewhat lean, and it took me to just eat a lot of junk food to gain that weight. Before that I was actively trying to gain that weight, and with clean foods, with shakes. I was making, I mean, you can see the start of my channel. I was making weight gainer shakes with milk, oats, sunflower seeds and bananas, and I wasn't able to gain that much weight. Just don't have I'm not hungry. I mean, if I eat just enough calories, enough protein every day, I'm not hungry. And like I said before, I was lazy. I was lazy in the past, so imagine if I wasn't lazy with my training. I trained consistently, I pushed each set hard. I was probably going to require more calories to maintain my weight. And imagine if I ate enough protein, like 200-250 grams of protein, my maintenance calories, they're probably going to go up, and I was probably going to start losing fat without losing my muscle. But whatever, I mean, for some time I'm not going to really count my calories that much. I want to lose some body fat, but if I decide to lose body fat, I want to keep gaining muscle. And to make sure that I keep gaining muscle, I'll probably have to slow down the cut, do a very slow cut, where I'm still losing body fat but I'm gaining muscle at the same time. Obviously that's going to take a lot of hard work, but I'm willing to do that. And let's say that I managed to overeat somehow, to eat over my maintenance calories a little bit. Well, that means that I'm going to gain muscle, and I might not lose body fat, but I'm not going to gain fat too. So I'm going to look better, but I don't think that I'm going to overeat, to be honest. I already told you that I had to eat junk to gain that weight. I just don't see how I will be able to get to 200 pounds without eating foods that are very high in calories. And I mean, I can eat healthy fats, but they don't taste that good compared to junk. But junk foods are not healthy, and they're not going to help with your recovery. And I care about being healthy, so that's why I'm probably going to focus more on healthy fats. That's why I bought a bunch of sunflower seeds. They are very high in calories. They have around 600 calories per 100 grams. That's just a lot of calories. Obviously, most of the calories are from fats. But I've seen the label, the nutrition facts. It has a lot of protein. That's going to help. And sunflower seeds, they're very healthy. They have a lot of vitamin E, a lot of different vitamins and minerals. It has fiber too, so it's just a great food. Probably have to force feed myself a little bit, but so what? And to be honest, I really want to gain some extra muscle. I mean, I need the size. I'll be more happy with my physique if I gain some more muscle all over my body, shoulders, chest, back, arms, forearms, abs, legs, my whole lower body. So, and recently I started training legs, my lower body. So I started doing squats, and my strength it quickly went up. But obviously I'm not that strong. I'm currently squatting 200 pounds for sets of 5, 6, 7 reps. Obviously squats are very hard, and I feel like I'm not leaving 0 reps in reserve. I'm leaving more reps in reserve, but they're very hard, so I have to work on that. Maybe do less volume in a training session, but just learn to grind, learn to do hard work on this hard exercise. And I recently started training my hamstrings too, because squats it's mostly quads. And the way I do them, I pause at the bottom for 1 second, and then I stand up. It's very hard. I don't use any momentum. Obviously, if I use momentum, I'll be able to do more reps. but that's not the point. And for hamstrings, I'm doing barbell good mornings and barbell Romanian deadlifts good mornings. They're very heavy. I can use a very heavy weight, but it's very fatiguing. I'm not a fan of squats and good mornings, but I have to do them. Romanian deadlifts, they were not that hard, but my grip is kind of limiting me, so I just probably, I mean, when you have a weak muscle, a weak link, in a big exercise like the bench press for example, the exercise, let's say that your triceps is weak. If your triceps is way too weak, that exercise is going to be mostly for your triceps, because the other muscles, they didn't get the same training response, because your triceps just can't keep up with the front delts and the chest, so that's important. Okay, so I'm just going to end the walk right now. I hope that you're going to enjoy the new vlogs that I'm going to upload. Obviously, you can help me out, give me some ideas on what to upload, like ideas about videos and stuff like that, training, whatever you want to see, just comment down below, tell me, and I'm going to do that. Obviously, I'll keep uploading my physique update flexing videos every week. From now on, I'll be more consistent with my uploads, and the vlogs, I'll try to upload at least 2 vlogs a week, 1 full day of eating, hopefully. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video and all of my videos, please share them, comment down below, and thank you again. See you in my next vlog.